What is up, everyone? It's me again, Gamer Lush, with another episode of Final Fantasy Impressions. I'm glad you guys are joining me tonight. And as always, guys, join me for a drink. Yes, I still have the cheap-ass vodka because it still runs cheap and I can use the shows to record with. Once funds get a little better, I can start recording the good stuff. I'll probably actually be mixing drinks game-themed wise. So, I'm going to make a Taru shot or maybe a Lalafell shot or a Rogadan shot or whatever. Anyway, I'm off track of that. Guys, we're all here to talk about one thing, and that's armor, loot. The thing we all strive to get at the end of the big shiny tunnel we call adventure and grinding. The thing we put on ourselves, and because when we stand in town, we want people to look at us and say, "My God, look how awesome and badass that person looks. I wish I could be that person and own that badass loot because he looks so damn cool." Because going back, cause like, come on, guys, it's basically the cookie at the end of the cheap piece of cheese at the end of the rat maze. He says these virtual little items that look cool, but they're not a physical item we can hold, but it's having the look that this is our character, we look unique, we look badass. We just want to go out in town, walk around, strut our stuff. Look how BA I look. Yeah, that's right. Look at the achievements I did to make you look at me saying out, who's that hot motherfucker just walked by? That's right. It's me, baby. Check out my hot tier gear. Come on, guys. That's the only things. Like, it's the only thing we really kind of quest for. Yeah, we got the experience of the story, and once everything is said and done, we all hit the raids, the dungeons, the world bosses, just because so we can get that insignificant, not really meaning anything little piece of gear, just so we can make our character look cool. I remember my first foray into the MMO scene. I was but a lowly little red mage, wandering around the streets of Bastuk, checking out the inns, the town. Wow, this world is so interesting and cool, and blah, blah, blah. Hey, look at that guy. He looks cool. He's wearing the same stuff I am. Oh, his armor looks pretty cool. And then I saw it. Oh, this badass mofo shopping for items and herbs in one of the stores when the game wasn't fully developed and we didn't know what the hell we're doing, but this guy obviously did. Elven Paladin came in with his shiny white gold enlaced armor. I'm like, good God, what is that? And that's why we got the examine button. Click, examine. He's a top dog. He's got the nice gear. I want that gear. What would my gear look like as a red mage? As soon as I saw one with red gear, after a couple weeks of seeing what a red gear mage looked like, shit my pants. Now, guys, of course, when you go in anything, gear is pretty much a self-explanatory thing. Once you go inside, and, if it's new, you don't know what the good gear looks like, but you want to know what the good gear looks like, see how badass you can look at the end. That's why a lot of games now, if you notice in the customization of characters, they put that button to see what in-game tier armor looks like. Have you noticed that? A lot of games just like put a button to say, this is what you're going to look like at in-game. And they just put this miscellaneous armors and okay, let's find the coolest looking armor we have and put a button on there and show them how cool, awesome they're going to freaking look. Come on, guys. No one agrees with me? If you don't, please put your comments below. I'm willing to hear it. I'm very open-minded about this. Yes, the adventure, story. Now you've gotten over the big shiny, and the game, if the game wins you over, which is awesome. But why do we do this? In the long run, once the story is over, once the adventure's over, and now they can put those miscellaneous dungeons and stuff to complete the story, but there's always got that nice big shiny at the end, the carrot on the stick. So, looking back, the one good thing, you guys, I kind of disagree with the duty finder at this point. long as they fix one thing. If they fix that one thing, I'll be perfectly fine with the Duty Finder. I will use it on occasion, but I will be trying to put a guild together to where we can just have people, friends together, just do what they want to do, build the parts that they want to do, but do it in an interesting way. I want to be Dragoon, Lancer, tank. I want to be a Thaumaturge healer. I want to be a Gladiator DPSer. I want to be a Marauder DPSer. Fine, you know what? Play the way you want to play, guys. Let me know if you want to join up. We can make a free company or whatever. I'll probably plan to make something together, let you guys know which server I will be on. I haven't gotten questions about that. I probably will be rolling either Ultros or Excalibur. Those are 2 US servers. I love my people from across the Atlantic. Love you guys. Love my people from the Pacific. Love you guys. But I'm going to be going around to where it's like I know around what time everyone's going to be on, stuff like that. Will you join me? Let me know. Let's make a grand company together. Now, moving back on the topic, using the Duty Finder, there's a lot of people who've been in the Legacy system who already leveled their character, got their awesome looking out of artifact gear. Now, people who don't know what artifact gear is basically the high tier of armor, and this armor lets everyone know what you are without them even inspecting you whatsoever. These are very significant pieces of armor that let everyone know. It's like a big giant billboard. Look at my shiny, white, noble armor. Look at my awesome, holy shield of righteousness. And my one-hand sword to protect the ones I love. Therefore, I am Paladin. Hear me roar. I am the Dragoon, mysterious. Watch as my armor is inlaid with awesome spikes, scales. Therefore, representing the mighty dragon. For some reason, jumps. Warrior. And the one thing I love about these artifact armors are what they used to call them. I'm not sure what they call them here. Please, guys, if you knew what they are, please correct me here in the comments below. They used to be called artifact armors. These were representatives, and these were things, if you ever played old school 8-bit, 16-bit games, and they needed a generic sprite to show what kind of class you were, these were the sets of armors that they showed you with. The iconic warrior card with the red inlays breastplates and armor, the white mage with the white robe and the red triangles on the end of the sleeves, the iconic black mage with the coned hat, the blacked out face, the yellow glowing eyes, and the dark robe. These were all significant things, and they kept them in place for your armor to let you represent those old-fashioned 16-bit characters from years old. Guys, now I know if you probably born way before that, but people who are nostalgic for old Final Fantasy games, this means so much that they kept the aesthetic of those games and put it in here for your awesome ultimate armor, thus letting you know this is what I am, and this is working so badly on my nostalgic factor. They represented that, and I'm pretty sure they did a damn good job on these armors. I'm showing them a lot because, of course, I get to press that button to show what you're going to look like at the end tier, and I got to look at a lot of people's gear because of the Duty Finder, because they've reached the end game of the old Final Fantasy. They reached the end game of this one, this older one. But this one is a whole new game to those people who haven't, or as this one's about to release. These people who were loyal to this one, even though this one was not that good, are rewarded the fact, like, you know what, you don't have to grind that stuff out. If you did it the hard way, we're gonna let you keep that stuff and let you rock with your cock out in this game and show them, like, yeah, I was a founder, I was with this. It's gonna fade over time, of course, when a lot of people start grabbing their stuff already as the game's out for a couple months, weeks, months, years, and they're gonna have that stuff already. And it's not to be, it'll become more, abundant. And hopefully they'll release gear out to where it's a kind of a two-edged sword. A lot of people want that gear, so they think that everyone should grab it. That's why they, like a lot of MMOs right now, they think that only a couple weeks of grinding is good enough for you guys to grab this ultimate gear and let you walk out in the street anymore. Walk out in the street and show all these people. What's the point? Well, now that I have it, 80% of the people out there have it, so kind of having that cool gear kind of diminishes its meaning to me, to realize, oh yeah, I want to do this and I want to just get online and show people all my cool ass gear. Cool, that looks awesome. Let me just do that in a couple days and I got it. Sweet. Look at me, I'm that cool at. Oh, you got the thing I have already. Well, let me just on. Oh, you already got that already. But, dude, it doesn't take that much. You just go down, hit the raid, blah blah, and just do it for a couple times and then pull, and then you got it. Yeah, it's like, okay, so if you make it too hardcore, it turns people off. But you still have those people who's like, oh man, that gear's awesome. It's not that easy to get. Wait, stop walking. I'm trying to examine you. And you run after them, and they're kind of like, ugh, get away from me. Those are the elitist people who like don't want to really want you examining them. They're just kind of trying to do their thing and go to the auction house or whatever. I digress, though. I just kind of was trying to wax nostalgic with you guys, and tell me your experiences when you saw that for the first time. You saw that person with that badass piece of armor and that badass set of armor. Like, oh, I want to strive to be that. Blah blah blah. And what you think of the armor system in a lot of MMOs right now? Is it too easy? Should it be that easy that you can just get in those couple of days? Does it diminish the fact that having that armor and the fact that I can get it within a couple of days like just kind of ruins the meaning of having it in the first place? It's like, what's the point of getting that armor if you like, I didn't really try hard to get it? Does it? I don't know. It's really kind of hard to explain, I guess. If people understand what I'm saying, yeah, let me know what your feelings about it is. All right. Okay. Now at this point, I kind of interrupt myself. And I really sometimes when I take pictures, I'm like, notice oh, I gotta take a picture of this and blah blah. It doesn't work out the way it does. But sometimes you get those really cool pictures. Now I'm sitting here right now. I'm going to put it on the screen here. It looks like I'm sitting here talking to this dragoon. So I kind of got my head facing it, and the dragoon kind of like looking down. It's like, yeah. And this paladin is just walking away, and this little cute tar and a little jester hat's like, you think this paladin can do it? Dragoon's like, I don't know, maybe. Paladin overhears us. Stand back, noobs. I got this. I love this picture I took. I just wanted to put that out there. I've been taking a lot of pictures of the armor. I'll also be showing you guys in this corner or whatever. I'm tucked away somewhere in this corner. I took some pictures of artifact armor that people have joined in because, of course, during this phase of the beta, they're the first time that these people who hit 50 already and have these armors are able to experience the lower stuff easily without having to run down and trying to get that chain quest because they're already past that part. So with the duty finder, they were able to get into these parties before they couldn't have access to it. So now I was able to see all these crazy new armors and love the look of these armors. They're not like just here's the form of the body, stick a piece of paint or something like that, just paint over the body. These armors have depth. They have belts, buckles, plates, embroidering, tabards, shields have depth to them, bumped out. The swords, they're not just flat pieces of crap. They just have the blades have like, a little width to them. They put a lot of effort into these pieces, and just every piece of armor I've seen. Some of them I didn't like, but the fact that they just put the effort to make these armor pieces pop out, have textures, look like they're just real pieces that hang off your body instead of just look like they're just pasted to your body, like a lot of like other MMOs do. Just makes like, wow, these pieces pop out, and when I get it, it reignites the excited part of me. That's like when I'm doing this quest. Oh, what is this piece of armor gonna look like? Because they only give you this little small picture of what the general look of the armor is, and in the corner they'll have that like a little dot, basically what the color might be. With a lot of armors, you have that little picture of what a general sense of, like, guys, if you know what the exact little pictures they have for it, please put your comment below. And so, of course, this is with all MMOs. The only problem with this one is there's no dressing room. So when you right click on it, you can't preview it on your body. And I hope they really put that in the game within phase 4 or within the final launch of the game. Because previewing the armor during the quest just only excites me even more, unless it's a piece of crap that I really don't like the way it looks. Now, if it's an awesome piece of armor, man, I'm gonna try my hardest to speed through that thing, or just trying to do my hardest. And I need 3 people. God, someone help me for this, cause awesome piece of armor. You come here. He's like, wait, what? I want this armor. You're gonna help me. Help me. You healer. Come here. Yeah, you come here. Help me get this armor, because it's freaking awesome looking. It has badass stats on it. I know, right? I'm very aggressive when I try to find party members. As you're going on, I'll show you, like, it just gives you these iconic look. This really good iconic look. And I've not been, maybe only 2 plain pieces that are below like level 15 that disappointed me, because even in the first starting dungeons set, there's even a small, it's just a small set for the casters. It's called the apothecary set, and it's like, it doesn't have the best stats, but it's compared to, it's white, green, pink, and blue. Blue are basically the artifact sets, and it had the best stats, but goddamn, I wore that still because it looked the most badass. It had these thigh-high boots, these half gloves with the 3 fingers of this one sticking out, but it had the fold of the gloves, and it just made me excited. So I kept running these dungeons. Oh, it made me feel like the first time when I ran WoW for the first time, and a friend introduced me to Scarlet Citadel, and I saw all the gear and that stuff, and I just kept running those over and over. And that was the best way. I kept meeting people, because of course the group finder was there. Hey, who wants to run this with me? There was a ulterior motive, but in the same time, I'm meeting more and more people, because that is just straight group play. And I'm meeting assholes, but I'm meeting awesome people that I can group up with, because I'm getting 2 doubles here. I'm meeting awesome people, adding to my friends list, and I'm getting that sweet ass looking gear that I really want for my character. Even my friends, when the person who introduced me to the Scarlet Citadel even made fun of me, saying, "Dude, you're still over there, bro? I'm playing with other people. I'm getting sweet loot, and I'm having a good time. It is a grind. It's monotonous. I'm still stuck in the same place. I'm not experiencing anything else, but it's fun. I'm experiencing this with other people. I get cool loot out of it, and when I'm finally done, I can just go back and explore all those other things." And I did, because there's actually motives to actually go experience, explore, and go around all of that. Now, armor sets do have set bonuses, like if you guys were to play WoW or something like that, if you were to get a certain amount of pieces, that give you a side bonus off the side. These are mostly stat bonuses. They're not like special ones, like if you cast fire, an additional fireball will have a 20% chance of hitting the target or something like that. They could change that, guys. It's still phase 3, and there's big changes coming to phase 4. So I'll keep you guys up, but these basically are stats. These stats do not reflect what the armor is. I repeat, this does not reflect what the armor is at 50. These guys were level synced to our level. These armors you can still wear when you go into those lower level dungeons, but they will knock the stats down to make it appropriate for that dungeon. So that does not mean you can go in there with your OP armor, your sweet ass artifact armor, thinking you can just go, stand back guys, I got this. No, you still need to work as a group. And I really like the fact that you're still doing that, because it still puts some challenge into the dungeon. Cheers, guys. Ugh. I didn't drink because I've been going on a tangent. Oh, God. Oh, hit my pop filter again. Anyway, guys, you guys will not be disappointed with the armor sets. If you play anything, it's like you're seeing worries like, oh, the armor's really bad. No. The armor looks really good in the set. There's going to be some stuff that aesthetically you're not going to like. If you guys like Final Fantasy armor, I can see that they even got artifact weapons for certain classes, because of course they can do these things, because of course every weapon is sectioned off for every class. So of course, even they put those legendary swords you see in a lot of past Final Fantasy, like Ragnarok, Excalibur, Ultima, maybe. Even though Ultima is kind of a tricky ass sword in 6. Depending on your energy, your HP level. I I digress. Maybe awesome shield, Aegis, but you know, the Dragoon Lance, you know, Gold Lance, you know, Mithril Lance. They put you can get a lot of those iconic weapons and stuff like that too, and I'm looking forward to seeing. They've been inkling every Final Fantasy that they had in this series and just been meshing it in this weapon. Guys, there's a gun blade in the freaking in the game. You can see it off one of the main characters or main antagonists. He's wielding a gun blade. How awesome would that be if the Gladiator or Berserker or whatever, maybe an aesthetic, just maybe an aesthetic thing, you could wield a gun blade, or people, Marauders can wield the Buster Sword, or even if it's an aesthetic thing where you can just put a skin over it. How awesome, how freaking awesome would that be? You know, just think of the potential of all the different weapons and armors that you can put in this game. Just be so awesome. It just kind of rattles around in my brain, and it might not happen, but the fact, like, I'm just keeping high hopes up for this. Of course, not every piece of armor looks great, you know. It looks a little plain Jane, but you know, these are lower levels. Later early on, you'll get scale melt pieces. You can still die, like, unfortunately, with the artifact armors or the job specific armors, you can't die. Which is okay with me because they look badass regardless of what you've done. Yeah, the Dragoon armor, maybe if it could dye it red or something like that. But you know what? I don't really care. It looks badass in this. The normal regular armors that you still die is still a step up from what it's like. Look, this is brown. This is blue. You're going to look like a clown. This is regular armor when you're leveling up. No, we're not going to do that to you. Okay, here it is. This one's brown, this one's blue. Here's a dye system. Dye whatever you like. It's like, sweet, awesome. And there's like, they're not like really super outrageous colors. They kind of look like realistic colors that you would actually dye your armor. So they kind of have an earthy tone to them. There's pinks, dark blues, not like super sharp, high define like true red, true blue, because it kind of would look out of the ordinary, I guess, because of the aesthetic feel. I can see why they were kind of going with this. If you guys play it, you'll understand. But yeah, of course, people as they join in are like, oh, this is not just ugly. I don't want this because I want hot pink. I want hot pink armor. And of course, you can be that goofball that runs down like hot pink armor. I stand out of the crowd. Look at me in my hot pink armor. Look at me in my glory and my hot neon green. Merger breaking. But guys, if you want to do that, go for it. Go for it if you like doing that. But, you know, not my thing. Not my thing. But, unfortunately, they don't have that kind of... so, if you want to run down the streets screaming, look at me in my hot green or hot pink neon 80s colors armor, unfortunately, you can't do that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I like this, personally, because it kind of just breaks my immersion of the game. But, you know, of course, all armors are stated for that specific... those specific classes, jobs, so they're not going to give you useless stats. They'll have hopefully these artifacts will give you set bonuses, because of course you're going to be striving for those pieces. I unfortunately have not gotten on those quests striving for those pieces, but I remember in Final Fantasy getting those pieces were a pain in the ass. And you know what? I hope they do that for this game too. Make every piece, make those pieces worth the way you get them. Make them worth it. I want to slay this three-headed Hydran for my silly little hat. And I will slay a three-headed Hydran for my hat, because my hat is awesome. Because it gives me stats to plus 50 awesomeness. Okay, let me stop being stupid. I was being stupid. Cheers. Guys, I really appreciate you watching my shows, and yes, I had some questions for the armor. Guys, please keep sending me questions, and I will try to answer your questions in the comments below. You know, your curiosity and everything like. But like I'm saying, with the armor set is pretty the same as a lot of MMOs. Attaining those armors through quest, crafting them, and making them high qualities give you the small stats. So there's multiple legitimate ways of obtaining armor. Unfortunately, I cannot give you the quest obtaining those really cool armors that you see in the character creator. But my opinion about it is saying, I hope each set of the gauntlets, the chest piece, the pants, the helmet, the boots are really epic quests that you need to go on, making those pieces more wild. So when you're walking the streets and you're strutting your stuff, checking on all badass, and people looking like, oh, inspect, and they'll just bother you. Whisper, where'd you get that armor? How'd you get that armor? What site do I need to know where to get that armor? Block by site. It's a pretty awesome quest. I guess I could tell you. It's alright. Go to this site. Tell you where to get it. Go over here. Do you need help? Be an awesome, cool guy. You want help getting that armor? Psh, I got nothing going on. I'm just sitting in town looking sweet and badass as hell. I guess I can help you with it. Guys, I hope, like I said, I hope these are like, things or achievements, like, because armor is wear on the outside. These are an aesthetic thing you look at to begin with. You can get an achievement list, and maybe you can click on it, you check out achievement, but most people don't even look at that. They see what they can see in front of their eyes, this straight thing that they're looking at, this cool person just running around in that sweet ass armor. And they'll stop you, they'll bug you, but you know what? That comes with the territory. You got them sweet threads, people are gonna stop you because they're gonna want to be like you. So guys, if you enjoyed your time with me, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Any things I missed with armor, you guys is like, okay, he's basically talking about how cool obtaining armor and what basically his opinions of, but he didn't get down to the facts. Leave a question below. I will get to your question as soon as I can, and I will answer it the best I can. And I just took all my shots. Me. Alright, so as always, cheers and game on. I did do an awesome quest to get this hat. What is up, everyone? It's me again, Gamer Lush. How you guys doing? Good? Good. And it is another episode of Final Fantasy Impressions. Today I'm going to be talking about races, class differences, and how they might affect you, lore-wise, and mid-maxing, if you guys are going to be doing that. It's not only about Final Fantasy, but it's been first impression reviews and Let's Plays. And I like this game, so I really wanted to jump back into it because I haven't been playing in a while. From last time, you guys saw that I was adoring a little baby beefalo, and I finally found Maxwell's door. And now we're in the middle of the night, and we got out. Abigail has just left our site. We